the two legs or two wheels. This afternoon in Bingley, it's every man, woman for themselves as the runners and cyclists take part over a 6-mile course for the Fisherman's Cup. Two Andys are going head-to-head and they join us now. Andy Peace, the cyclist, takes on Andy Jebb, the runner, and they're here with us now. Good morning to Andy Peace.
Oh, how are you?
All right, Andy, you're the cyclist, am I right in thinking?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Right, and Andy Jebb, you're the runner.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. Just before we go, has one of you got a radio on in the background by any chance? Just turn it down slightly, if either of you have done. Right, Andy Peace, let's start with you, the cyclist. Andy, what makes you think that the cyclists have got this today?
Basically, I think because we're better, really. Well, normally it's quite close, to be honest. So it could go either way, but I think the cyclists generally do it in the end. I think if you look back on past results, they do come out on top.
Andy Jebb, the runner, you think you've got what it takes?
Yeah, well, obviously it's a lot easier when you could just sit on your saddle and, tootle down the hills. So yeah, you've got to put a lot more effort in on your feet. So, that's part of the reason.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound like he's got a point there, Andy. You do just get to sit down and freewheel.
I think you'll find it's not all about just freewheeling. You do have to turn the pedals at some point, and you do actually start with a bike on your back. So a disadvantage from the word go. So it's not all that plain sailing, to be honest. For
people that aren't familiar with what this race is all about, then Andy Jebb, you tell us, where does it start? What's involved, and then just how tough is it?
Well, it starts at the Fisherman's Inn at Dowley Gap in Bingley, and basically you start from a farm field. And then you've got a really steep climb out of the fields. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of feedback in my phone.
Say again, sorry?
I'm getting a lot of feedback in the phone, so I can't...
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
That's better, right, okay.
Basically, you start in the bottom of Dowley Gap. You've got a really steep climb out of the fields, and they get really quite boggy at the top. So, obviously, the runners do have the initial advantage. Normally, you lead in the cyclist, and then you get on a concrete strip, and normally they come hurtling past you, shouting at you. So, obviously, the climb up to Baildon Moors normally pretty tough, and you've got a lot of cyclists in your way going up there, and then they come hurtling past you again on the descent. So it's good fun.
Andy, as a cyclist, we've just heard then from Andy accusations that sledging is what the Australians call sledging is a big part of this. Is that true? A bit of ribbing?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. It's all for good fun, really. That's the main aim, to enjoy yourself. But yeah, the runners do get in the way. They haven't got eyes in the back of their head, so they can't see you coming. So you do have to give them a bit of grief on the way down off Baildon Moor.
And Andy, what's the point of this then? Why do you do it?
It's something different, to be honest. A normal cross race is around parks and football pitches, so, I mean, this is, totally different, so it's just something different, really. It's
horrible riding a bike across a muddy field, though. It's like trying to ride a bike on a beach. It just seems kind of pointless.
Well, yeah, it's like riding in sand. You don't feel like you're getting anywhere. Well, basically, sometimes it's quicker to run, and then just chuck the bike on your back, run, and then ride when you can, and run and ride, and... that's the way I go, really, I think.
If you were just going to carry the bike on your back, you might as well just run in the first place.
Well, you're still quicker on downhills and on the flat along Shipley Glen. You do gain quite a lot going up along there. So you haven't got to get too disheartened when you see the runners running away from you from the start.
Yeah, because when you're on a bike, if you see someone running faster than you, I mean, it's rare that I ride bikes, but if I get overtaken by someone jogging, that's fairly demoralising.
Well, yeah, but yeah, like I say, you've just got to grin and bear it, and then you're going to catch them at some point. So it's not too bad.
Andy, just finally, you feeling confident about today, Andy Jebb?
Well, obviously, I'm not as good an athlete as Andy Peace is, but we'll give it a go. And obviously, it's a good club event for us. Bingley Harriers organise it, so it'll be a good day out.
Excellent. I could put myself forward to take part in a cycling part of it, Andy Peace, if you need someone on your team. I once in a previous life used to work for Leeds City Council. We used to run the marathon here in the city, and I was a pacemaker for the first 2.5 miles on my bike, and was overtaken by the runners on the uphill stretch at Meanwood, which was slightly embarrassing to say the least.
Yeah, well, that would be, wouldn't it? I think it's a good job you stopped cycling then, really.
It was.
Yeah.
I blame the bike. It was my old Peugeot Flame 21 speed. I got it for Christmas in 1993. So
very retro.
Really. Andy Peace, Andy Jebb, thank you for joining us today. Good luck to you both later, chaps, and enjoy it.
Thank you.
Cheers. See you later, boys. Bye-bye.